farmers, and welcome back to Griffin, Indiana. Yes, the corn silage is going on, and I'm just about done. Not taking me as long as I thought. I think I originally said probably 3 hours to get both fields done. I started this morning about 9 o'clock. It is now 11:30, so 2.5 hours in. And as you can see, I don't have that much left to go. And I've been taking breaks in between here and there just to stretch my legs out, but I think the first field, number 30, took me about maybe 40 minutes, and this field right now is like an hour and 10 minutes. So, yeah, I've been taking some breaks here and there. The silage pits are going pretty good. Frank Jr. is over there. I guess we'll say it's Frank Jr. He's over there in the Steiger. He's compacting one bunker, which is, I would say, completely full. And we are about maybe 50, just over half full in the other bunker that we're currently filling on up. So I figured time to bring you guys on back. I got a few more passes going on here. What have I done in between episodes? Because I think we were on day 1 of summer last episode. Now we're on the last day of summer in this episode. Fields 2, 3, 4, 5 are, well, 3 of the fields are done. We got them plowed and soil sensed. We're just waiting for the sunflowers to be ready for harvest. They look like they are. They are not. They should be tomorrow, though. And that field's got to be plowed and soil sensed. I did kind of merge the other fields together as well, merge them together. So those are all good to go. The cereal crop fields, the Vultra and the JCB Fast Track have been busy spreading cow manure and lime in those fields. So those fields have one layer of fertilizer and the layer of lime. I think I may have told you this episode will probably begin with collecting hay bales. And the reason why we're not is because the grass has not turned to hay yet. Remember I said it's going to be raining a lot? It has rained a lot. The good news is about so far is the dry grass never turned to wet grass, which it can if it rains enough. It has not. So I didn't need to ted it yet. But it's been, what, 4 days with some rain here and there, so we're going to have some grass loss from the weather. But look at the weather today. It's been the same ever since I started playing this morning. We got double plus signs up there, so it's a good day for drying. The forecast shows no rain for today and tomorrow. So fingers crossed. That should turn to hay today, sometime tomorrow-ish. I hope. So far today, backing into the silage pitch has gone really well. I haven't had a problem. Now that I'm recording, I guarantee you... Yeah, see, I'm going to hit the wall or get stuck. But yeah, the other side didn't really have a problem. This side here, I emptied too much out at this end of the pit. And now I'm going to have a hard time backing in there. If I hug the wall too much, I'm going to have issues here. So now that I'm on camera, yeah, I'm going to fiddle with this a little bit. I did not check to see how much silage is actually in the other pit. I just told Frank Jr. to get to work, and he's doing it. I did check when I finished field number 30, and I got about 780,000 liters of silage or corn chaff out of there, which is lower than what we usually get. But then again, the lime in that field, the pH level in that field was kind of low, so that's probably why the yield wasn't as good this year. But overall, you can see we're going to have plenty of silage. As for the cows, how many cows we're up to? Well, I'm going to show you at the end of the episode what's been going on with the cows. Honestly, because the numbers have been changing so much, I got so many numbers in my head for the cows. I really don't remember how many cows we had at the end of last episode, but we can just say for sure the number's gone up, right? The numbers have gone up. That's all I can say. I actually didn't even check today since I started playing today because I forgot what the numbers were. But I do know roughly kind of where we are. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this last bit of the corn. I should be able to get the rest of this row into the trailer. Field number 11 here, after you do 2 headlands going up and down, this field here should be at 100%. This is the first time we've done corn in it, and I did put lime and double fertilizer down in this field with cow manure, so it should be all set. So, but after 2 headlands, you can make 1 row up and down with a full trailer and maybe go about 100 yards or so-ish before a 90,000 liter trailer is filled. But I'm kind of glad this job didn't take me, originally I thought 3 hours. Like I said, I've been at it for, I think I actually, when I started the game up today, it was like maybe 9:15, 9:20, somewhere around there. So about 2 hours at real time, and like I said, I've been taking a couple breaks here and there. So I'm kind of pleased with it. I'm kind of glad I went back to the modded corn chaff header and the crone. Just being able to harvest at a faster speed definitely helps out quite a bit. I'm not going to worry about all the little corn stalks on the corner where they are. I feel like we're doing pretty good. But that pH value does drop quite a bit when you're doing corn, doesn't it? Corn doesn't do the field good. Basically, you got to plow it and you lose a lot of pH level. Let's go ahead and we'll just go ahead and turn this off and leave this here for now. Yes, I'm starting to leave all my vehicles around everywhere. And have any of you noticed yet? I'm in the Peterbilt, but yeah, the colors are different. No, I didn't change the paint scheme on the other Peterbilt. This is a second Peterbilt. So the MAN truck, or the MAN truck that we had last episode, I said I liked it, which I do like that truck, especially for base game purposes, because it has a PTO shaft in the back. That truck runs really good with nothing attached to it. It gets right up to 50 miles an hour, no problem. The second you just put even just the empty flatbed for the bales, you just put that on it and it will not go above 21, 22 miles an hour, even downhill. So I traded that in for another Peterbilt. If the Peterbilt works, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I got a twin sister for the blue Peterbilt. Kind of went with a purplish green combo. I always like that combo. Don't ask me why. I have weird taste in colors. We all know that by now. So our last load of chaff going into here. I have no idea how Frank Jr. is getting along with that pile over there, how much is going to be compacted. I'm going to say there's probably... I'm going to get stuck here. I know it. I know it. Yeah, let's not do that. Come on, get out. I'm going to guess there's probably 1.9 million liters in there. How can I almost not get stuck and then get stuck? It's actually pulling me backwards. What is the truck actually stuck on? It's the truck is actually stuck. Oh, I bet you the trailer's holding me up now. See? I told you everything was going fine. And now here I am. I only did 2 loads. And I'm stuck. Just a couple more times, all it took is to unhook the trailer, hook it back up real quick, and it finally worked. I didn't really need to bring the chaff all the way back here because it's the last load, but I'm going to bring it back here anyways. So I'm going to assume there's going to be like maybe 1.3 million liters in here, and so we're going to have at least 3 million liters of chaff down here. Okay, so 1,177,000 liters of chaff in this side of the bunker here. Am I going to get stuck on the way out, or can I just get my way out of here? No, we're out. Alright, so we're out. We are out. Let's see how Frank Jr. is doing over here. And we do have only 1.6 million liters in here. But it's fully compacted, so that's way lower than I thought it was going to be. Let's go ahead and stop driver. Let's get off the pile. Alright, so not as much. So what did I say? 1.6. Uh, 2.7. About just shy of 2.8 million liters of corn chaff that we got down here. That one is covered up. Just want to see, do I have any spillover back here? Did it cover it all up? No, it covered it all up. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright, Frank Jr. is out stretching his legs. I'll get in here and I'll get him a course set up here. I probably should have saved the course, but nah. Alright, hopefully we can get up this hill, no problem. Alright, so I'm just going to run them on this side here. You don't really have to run over all the chaff to actually compact it. Which, you know, realistically you would, but It's a simulator. All right, let me just pull forward a little bit. Right here is good. I said start recording. There we go. And we'll go not to the end. All right, hit reverse. I kind of wiggle it a little bit instead of just going straight back and forward when you're compacting shaft. That way it kind of gets all the bumps down that, hopefully that it can. Stop there. Stop at last point or trigger activated. No, we want that deactivated. And drive course. And start compacting that for me if you please. Alright, so we're doing good here. We're doing good everywhere. We are just waiting for our hay to turn. Now, like I said, I will admit, during the summer, when I was waiting for this to turn, I get like 10, 12 straight hours of good drying weather. I'm like, it's going to turn. And next thing you know, rain came out in the forecast. It would rain for 4 or 6 hours. And I guess the good news is, it never turned to wet grass, but it's just frustrating, for sure. The good news is, we are, I don't want to say set on hay bales, I think, if we lost all this. But it definitely would be nice to have some, just so we don't run out. Because it's hard to tell with our cattle, the amount of cattle that we're getting, it's hard to tell exactly how much we're going to need, right? So having extra is always good. Looks like we're going to be fine on silage for a while, for sure. The straw bales, yes, the straw bales. So I picked up all the straw bales, and guess what? I filled up the shed. I had about maybe 4 bales more, so we had 424. I don't want to be here. I want to wash the truck. Yeah, so I had 424 straw bales. So I had 4 bales sitting outside for a day, because of bedding and TMR mixer. I was able to put them right on in and use them on up. But I like the way it shows it when it's full. I can't remember if I still got more bales. It doesn't stack them all neatly when you get full. It kind of like shows like at the last, I don't know, half dozen bales, like someone just tossed in there. So it looks pretty neat. So hopefully I got some extra bales left over, and it kind of shows it like that. Yeah, so this is our new Peterbilt. Already to paint, even though I only got 2 hours on it. Yeah, looks like I've had it for about 5 years now. Trailer's still the same, but we get that a good wash. That's been a while since it's been washed. That's been giving a lot of silage to the TMR mixer, and of course picking up a lot of corn silage the past few days. Yeah, this is one dirty trailer. We've had this trailer now for about a month because we painted it pink for October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So now we're in November, but we're going to leave it pink because why not? So we don't need that HUD display on. So now what I'm waiting for the grass to hopefully turn to hay at some point. And of course, what we're really going to be showing off this episode is we're going to be harvesting some sunflowers, and then of course getting that field turned over, and we're pretty much all set for next year. So the only thing I got left to do this year is to, well, pick up the grass whenever it turns to hay and harvest that field. So let's go up to the barn here, the cow pasture, if you will, and hopefully I can just kind of show you around what's going on up there. Not much, but hopefully I got some bales in that shed that kind of look like they're tossed around, so I can show you what I was talking about earlier. Well, unfortunately, I've gone through more straw bales than I thought. So, yeah, when it gets near the end, because right now we got 412 bales in here. So basically, like the half dozen are not stacked up nice and neatly. It looks like someone just tossed them in there, kind of angled at certain weird angles and whatnot. But it does look really, really good. Meanwhile, the cows, yeah, they've been producing manure, as you can imagine. They're doing really good. Oh, yeah, the money. The money came from selling the milk. I had 580,000 liters of milk, I think we sold, and the price wasn't great, but I needed cash because of all the lime I was using, and I was hiring help, so got to pay for those people. Yeah, I was going through the money. We didn't have much money, and the price was like $12.90 something for milk, and I'm like, you know what? I got that much milk. I kind of sold it this morning while I was waiting for the crops to dry this morning. So I sold milk this morning in game. So that's where the $754,000 come from. So the cows, where are we at with the cows? I might just show you that now in case I forget. So let's go into the cow menu. I know it's over 700, I'll tell you that. 715 is where we're currently at the end of summer. So what are we had like 560 to start the year, and I said 800 by the end of the year. We're halfway through the season. I only need 85 more cows to hit 800. So that would mean, in theory, by next year we should be over 1,000. I have not lost a cow yet from old age or anything like that. And let's see if I can find him in here. But remember the male cow that we've always been talking about? He has hit over 2,000 pounds. We should be easy to find him because the only has over 2,000 pounds. He's in here somewhere. There he is. 2,015 pounds. He is 9 years old. I think that's our oldest cattle are 9 years old, right? Just scrolling through quickly, so some of the numbers. Is he our oldest cow? I don't think he would be. I should have some females in here a little bit older than that. 9 years old. A lot of cows to scroll through. This is why I don't bother seeing what cows are ready to give birth or not, because there's just, 700 cows. Looks like some 9 years old is our oldest cattle. So the question is, it could be 10 years old for 6-day seasons. I'm not too sure. Yeah, 9 years old. We just saw a couple there 9 years old. So I guess 9 years old are our older cattle at this point. Too bad you can't separate them by age, because if that is the case to where we start losing cattle at 10 years old, instead of just can I click on age? Does it separate them by age or weight, or does it do that? No, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't do that. So I would. This is why I'm not going to bother trying to sell them. I'd have to scroll through here and try to find the ones that are like 9, 10 years old. And after a while, and it's not really gaining us that much. So yeah, currently 3.7 million liters of, I almost said fuel. I guess it's fuel for them. Food for a year is what they require, and so that would mean, because our TMR mixture is like what, 45% silage. That's going to be, let's see, 1.8 million liters, almost 1.9 million liters of silage I need per year to feed them, which is fine. So we should be more than good, because I think, what do we got down there? We got like 2.8 million liters we just harvested today. This bunker is just about empty. I'm not going to empty the bunker completely. I want to make sure I leave a little bit of silage in here so I can transport the silage down below after it ferments and bring it up here, because you cannot, once a bunker is empty, as we've seen, you cannot empty silage into a bunker. Kind of weird, I know. Over here, and we got just under 1 million liters here. So the silage we got up here is not enough to feed our cattle currently for a season. Definitely going to need the silage down there. But anyways, we got to wait for the grass to dry to hay. I don't know when that's going to be. It's a mystery around here. But more than likely what we'll be doing, if it does, it probably won't dry until later on tonight, first thing in the morning. I'll probably do this after the harvest off camera, because we see me harvest hay before. But I really want to get in the combine, do some combining, harvest some sunflower seeds, and of course we'll start transforming that field over and get that field all merged. Hello, first day of fall. How are you doing? In one day, the cows have made almost 72,000 liters of milk. That will change day by day what time of the season it is, from what I remember. I think in the summer they make more milk than they do in the winter. I may be wrong on that. I do need to take care of our mixtures. We can see we need more hay, and of course we need more straw in here, but the feeder is going. If I do look, we are up to 729 cows now, so a lot of cows overnight. I am feeding up with water. Straw is good. TMR mixer is doing fine. I actually kind of forgot to say the TMR mixer, I made some adjustments on that just because of the amount of cows I'm getting. I keep forgetting. I don't need to go in here. I've changed feedings now at 9 a.m., 12 at noon, 6 o'clock at night, and 3 o'clock in the morning, just in case if I fast forward too fast, or if I get an abundance of cows, because some days I could get 20 cattle, it seems like, and some days not so much. So I want to make sure our feeder is always happy. I changed this to more need feeding at 50%. That way, it should never drop below 50%. I put this at 70, and I think if the feed trough gets below 70, it fills. It hasn't, so I said, okay, maybe it's the other way. If I put it at 30, that means after they use 30% to fill it. I couldn't find it where it would do that, so it seems like at 50, that seems to work for me. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm doing it wrong. Here's our mixtures anyways. 45% silage, 25 straw, 30 on grass/hay. But we're only doing hay here in Griffin, Indiana. And by the way, the hay did turn last night somewhere around 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. So that should be good. Once it's hay, it won't turn back to grass, and it won't decay as fast. So that'll be taken care of today. The weather should be good. I'm waiting to see, because sometimes it takes a while for the map to update. Yes, the sunflowers are ready. I did fast forward it kind of fast, so Frank Jr. is probably not done here. He's only at 53% of this being compacted. So he'll get that done. But meanwhile, if we come over to the one we did yesterday, I'm pretty sure that's going to be like 40%? 44%. Doesn't matter. I don't really need it currently. So let's jump over here to our combine. Because now we're going to have a little bit of a... No, I don't want to fold that up. I want to unfold this. We're going to have a little bit of a chat of what's going to happen with the series when FS22 comes out. Because when you see this episode, if you're watching when it goes live... Sorry, I thought about this earlier, and I got to think again what weekend this is actually. What weekend and what day it actually is. Yeah, so we're almost like 9 days away from FS22. So if you're watching this goes live, this next upcoming weekend, you should see 2 more episodes of Griffin, Indiana. No problem there, right? But when FS22 does come out, am I down? Is that down? It doesn't look like it's down all the way. I guess it was down. Yeah, so when FS22 does come out, probably going to take a week, maybe 2 weeks off from Griffin, Indiana, because, you know, FS22 is going to be out. I'm going to want to test a few things in that series. Definitely want to see what Seasons is about in FS22, all that jazz. So definitely be taking a break for 1 week for sure. More than likely 2, but I don't see taking 3 weeks off from Griffin, Indiana. We'll get right back into it. I know some people have said, you know, don't burn yourself out in Griffin, Indiana. I think the only I was burned out a little bit is because I did 1 season in 2 episodes, and that was quite a bit of work. I don't want to have to do that again anytime soon. It didn't burn me out. I was just exhausted from sitting at the PC for... I shouldn't have sat there for that long doing those episodes. Some other people said, you know, I should just probably wrap up anyways, because they just want to see FS22, which I understand. But we're going to continue on with the challenge here. The challenge, I probably should maybe explain a little bit more as well. This challenge is not hard as long as you run it. If you run at 1 speed, you can get a lot done, because it's, I mean, it can go on forever. The challenge can kind of be as of just getting the amount of supplies that you think you need. So like if it rained again yesterday and rained again today, that grass that I cut may not have ever turned to hay. And just say I did not get any hay at all this year, I would not have enough hay to supply the cows TMR for a year or so. Silage wise, we would have been fine, but TMR, yeah. But I say that now, we're only at 700 and some odd cattle. I still got 1,300 to go. And it's not going to take that long. I mean, it wasn't that long ago we were at 300-ish, and we're at 700. And like I said, this is going to be the last episode of this season. So next episode will be in springtime. That's my plan. Yeah, so next episode, basically between after I harvest this field here, between episodes, all I'm going to really do is when I'm doing picking up the hay, the Voltra and the JCB Fast Track will be putting down a layer of manure on this field here, because this will be all combined, along with some lime, and of course they'll be doing the cornfields as well. And hopefully over the winter the cows will pile up enough more manure so I can put another layer of manure down after we plant the crops. So that is kind of the plan. So next episode we're going to be first day of spring, and right now we're the first day of fall, so we're going to be zipping past half a season. And now that we're only doing 1 harvest per year in a field, it cuts down a lot of work right then and there anyways. So yeah, next episode this time, I mean, we should hit 800 cattle by the end of this year. That should not be a problem. I'm not going to bother showing me selling the crops. By the way, I probably should show so far our grain totals, because I may forget. So we had 1 field of wheat that we bought over here, so we almost got 70,000 liters of wheat. Our barley fields, those are the 2 cereal crop fields that we had. That was 841,000 liters of barley. this is why I got to alternate crops I do per season now, because the silo can only hold 900,000. I don't want to say only can hold. If you look at the base game silos, that's a lot. We ended up with 55,000 liters of oats to sell as well, and that is it. And that the only other thing we sell around here is the milk. And look at the milk price today, $13.70 and going up. Do I need the money? No, not really now. Now I have looked into also, as we've been doing, as I said, doubling ups, because we bought another harvester. I bought another truck, and it's helping out quite a bit. I can get work done a lot quicker. I've looked into possibly maybe getting another big tractor and drilling set for planting crops. I mean, I could do it. It's not. I mean, we are looking at $1.5 million for the setup I want to go with. I don't want to say what it is yet, because I may end up doing it anyways, because we're going to have the money. The money is not an issue, as we know. But do I really need it? No, because we're only planting basically 3 cereal crop fields, because this hole right here is going to be one field here. Almost is anyways, and of course we got the fields over there. How did that not harvest those sunflowers there? Those must be withered or something. So it doesn't take me that long, but, you know, we'll see how it is. Maybe next year when I say next year, it'll be next episode, we will be doing that. Because the milk is coming in, as you see in one day, I'm getting like 70,000 liters of milk in a day. It's quite a bit. Yeah, it's got to be withered sunflowers or something like that. It could be the sunflowers didn't get enough rain, because it rained a lot this summer. But just to refrain that, like I said, when FS22 comes out, there'll be no episodes for sure the first weekend that it's out. But you will see Farming Simulator on the weekend. It'll just be Elm Creek. Is it Elm Creek? That's bad. I don't even know the name of the map yet. I really haven't watched any of the updates on Farming Simulator 22. I expect someone like Daggerwind to get like early access to Farming Simulator 22. He usually does. I may watch some of his videos, but sometimes I like to go into fresh to kind of just learn on my own. It's kind of, for me, when I play games, it's kind of fun to learn find it yourself. But then again, it also sucks if you play for a while and you're missing out on something because you did not know something either. So I may watch some of his videos just to see kind of like how it's going to go. So I don't know. But anyways, yeah, the first weekend of FS22 will be Elm Creek, or whatever the USA map is. Elm something, right? We'll be on that. We will be doing seasons. Like I said, I'm going to try to go with small stuff. I said try, because I think I've said this a few times. Yeah, we're going to go small, and then after episode 30, it's like, oh yeah, let's get the biggest harvester, the biggest tractor, the biggest whatever. I do plan on using certain equipment right off. I'm not going to say what it is yet, because I just want to. Because when I do finally get the game myself, I want to see exactly what the equipment is. But I am going to try to go use a certain brand I don't use often. So let your guesses begin. Some of you probably saying, well, I know what brand doesn't use much at all, and it's probably going to be that one. So as you know, it's probably not going to be a T8, because I always use the T8. But I've refrained myself from using the T8 in Griffin, Indiana. I thought about it. When I was going to buy another tractor, a big tractor. I was like, well, here comes the T8. I was actually thinking maybe even the T9, which I only used in FS15, I think, the T9. But then I said, oh, that's right. When I was getting the Voltra, I almost bought a fast track. There's something I don't use often. So, yeah. But it's not going to be, by the way, I will say, it's not going to be the fast track that the brand I'm going with in FS22 right off. Then again, that plan could change. The FS22 may come out. I know they're going to have some older tractors in the game right from the release, which is nice. So who knows? I may change my mind. Once you get the game, you start looking at it like, oh, okay. And the hard part for me is going to be, I'm not going to be able to get a video out on the day it gets released. Because obviously, I'm going to have to download it. I'm going to go in the game, and it's going to take me a while to set up what I want to do. See what I can do, and of course, by the time I record, edit, render, and of course, if I upload it from my house, it takes forever, because my internet is potato. But I should say the internet I got in my house is the best that's available to where I live. Most of the time when I upload videos is when I go to work. I bring in my laptop and just upload my videos from work. But yeah, so it'll be my first video will come out on the 23rd. If Farming Simulator is released on the 22nd, which I haven't heard otherwise that it's still going to be the 22nd. I'm just saying, you never know. But yeah, we'll be on Elm Creek playing seasons. And yeah, that's pretty much, I have thoughts and plans what I want to do. But until I actually get the game on the PC and start setting it up and seeing what I can do and actually get a good look at the map, I'm not really quite sure exactly how to attack it. But I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not going to have a storyline, but it's not going to be like No Man's Land, Wither Farms. It's not going to be a challenge. It's going to be nice just to sit back and farm and not say, well, we're focusing on an abundant number of chickens or whatever. I probably am going to focus a little bit on, I will say this, probably where I'm going to focus a little bit on the grapes? And probably trying to run a vineyard kind of a thing. So, but we'll see. Like I said, that's kind of my plan. I don't want to give too much away, but I at least want to give you a little bit of heads up of what I plan on doing. Of course, the vineyard, the wine is kind of, it's new to the base game, but the vineyards were in the game in 17 and maybe even back in 15. Not too sure. And I'm still trying to figure out, and I don't know if I'm going to have time to do this, I may put out an episode, and I mean a short episode of Farming Simulator 15, just to give you an idea, because, you know, 22 will be coming out within a week. You're looking at Farming Simulator 19 now. You may have recollections of what 17 looked like, but if I bring it back to 15, you can kind of see how the game has evolved. And I think I talked about this last episode, to where I think when 19 came out, a lot of people looked at 19 and said, I don't really see that much difference to 17. And I know some people said that when 17 came out, it's like, well, there's not much difference from 17 to 15. But if I show you 15 compared to what 20, and of course 22 will be coming out, you'll be like, oh wow, that's that's when you really notice the difference. That's when you really notice the difference. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is, because I think the combine is going to be fun, I'm going to hire a worker to finish this off right here. Should be had no problem finishing off that field and not topping off the combine. Let's come over to here. Jump in the Deutzfahrer. Now we want to go here. I want to hit that button here. And we're going to start merging these fields together. No sense of turning on the soil sensor because it will not actually sense anything because it's not a field yet. At least in the area that we're going to be in. Create fields. Yes, we want that on. And let's lower the bridge. So kind of what I plan to do, the cereal crop fields on the other side, those two will be a certain crop, and this field over here will be a different crop. But it will be cereal crop because we want the straw. Now what I do know is, unless the cows start using more and more straw, I may need another straw storage shed, because I filled up that one this year with the amount of straw that we had. So we'll see. Just have to find a place to put it. If I do put another one down, it's actually going to be over on the other side of the cow barn, just because I can take the straw bales out of there for bedding. I don't have to transport them as far. It's the little things, I know. But if we really look at this series here, I think if I don't want to say push hard, because it'll sound like it's a struggle to get the episodes out, but I would like to have it finished by the end of the year, if possible, or at very least by mid-January. The cow numbers are just going up faster and faster as we see, and I don't want to say skipping more and more days, but since we're not doing as much work and I'm trying to break it down, I think when we sped up the season, a lot of people liked it when I sped up and did, well, when I did 2 episodes for one season. They liked that, but I think it was too much, and now I'm trying to make it like 3 episodes a season. which I think I can do. That's not going to be too bad. Yeah, the cow number is just going to go up, and then, let's see, I think by the time we finish this year, 800 cows should not be a problem, I don't think. By next year, should be over 1,000, could be, 1,100 cattle, maybe even 1,200, and by the year after that, it should be up to like 1,500, and then, yeah, so it's going to be like 3-4 more seasons, because the numbers is going to go up faster and faster and faster. So, yeah, I'm thinking like 3 more seasons, and if I'm doing 3 episodes per season, that's like 10 more episodes. And I did say I would like to, but we'll see how it's going. But once we hit 2,000 cattle, I said I would like to complete the challenge by saying we got to feed those 2,000 cattle for a year. But if I seem like I got more than enough supplies, then I'm probably not going to worry about it too much. Let me know your thoughts on that as well. I mean, if you want to see us go, when we hit 2,000 cattle, do you want me to see if I can feed them for another year, which I don't think is much of an issue, because I can play at 1 times the speed in a day and had no problem getting work done. It is a lot of work. All right, so now that that's done, I gotta leave the plow down. All right, so what I can do, first off, let's limit the plow to fields. So if I activate course play, because course play is not going to recognize, it shouldn't recognize the fields I just put in either. Unless I restart the game, that's when it'll rescan the fields. So yeah, if I turn on course play, I'm turning on the soil sensor now, just to make sure I get the edges here. It should only do field number, is this field number 4 that we're harvesting? It's field number 2. Alright, that should not be a problem. As long as I don't restart the game, and of course play do field number 2, it'll plow and soil sense at the same time. And then all I have to do, like I said, the Vultra and the JCB will be busy spreading manure and also spreading down some lime. I got a lot of fields to do. I got this field here to do. The cornfields need to be reset, but I can do that in the springtime next season when the Steiger is planting. And of course I got to do the grass fields. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grass fields. Okay, 4. I mean, I'm not going to really want to count that field number 12 as a field, right? It is a field, but it's so flippin' small. Alright, so that should be kind of good to go-ish. Alright, so actually I'm going to get this worker started now because the harvester is going to be done before I get there. So let's go ahead and course generation. This is field number 2, like I said. I need to do 3 headlands for sure, overlapping at 3%. And no, 18 meters is the soil sensor. The plow is 8. But I'm going to go down to 7.5 just to make sure. You know what? No, I'm just going to leave it. That's fine. We're going to leave it right at 8. All set and generate. It should only do field number 2, even though I expanded it. Yep, we are good to go. First waypoint, you can get to work. Soil sensor is on. Plow is good. We are good. We're out of your way. There we go. Let me just check here, make sure we're soil sensing. We are. And am I having any problems with soil sensing over here? I don't think so. No, we should be all set. So the nitrogen level in these 2 fields here are terrible. pH level, I'm just going to pH level everything. How about that? Let me go ahead and hop back into... Nope, got to be on this page here. Oh, did we just... Oh, he finished. I'm like, why did the worker just all of a sudden disappear? Because we're done. We are done. Well, they are done. Pipe out, get off the field. That way the Deutz-Fahrer has no problem going on around. It's going to load into the original Peterbilt. Shouldn't unload at the back of a trailer like this because you're taking all the weight off the hitch and basically it's lifting weight actually off the wheels. It's fine. And right now I'm just gonna leave this parked here because I got plenty of work I can do here while things are going on. It's gonna take a while to get things situated over here and everywhere. Probably take me a couple hours, but I can do that in my quote-unquote free time, if you will. How we doing here? Oh, we are complete. Let's go ahead and stop the driver. And actually, let's back out of here. Hopefully it doesn't spread too far out of the zone. Don't want to lose any chaff. I'm pretty sure I may have. Didn't lose any there. What about the chaff down here? Did that kick out some? Very little. Very little. But the cows will be happy to know that we got tons of silage waiting for them. And I think definitely having these bunkers open, doing the corn chaff, has saved me a lot of time. I know it sounds silly to say I saved myself a lot of time when the other bunkers are just up the road a little bit. But having it right here, so quick and easy to get to them. So probably, hopefully by next season, by the time we do corn chaff again, I will have these bunkers emptied on out. Maybe, hopefully. So what else am I going to do here today currently? I'm just going to wait for that to go. I kind of need to get set up with the Vulture and the JCB to pick up the hay. But I really need them. Yeah, I'm going to wait until the Deutz fire is done, I guess. Hopefully it won't take them too long. Because what I want to do is I want to get the Vulture spreading manure and the JCB spreading some lime. So maybe I'll have them come over to field number 11, get that done. I got to plow those fields too. Yeah, well, I think that's what I'll do off camera. Before we go, 14.06 on the milk and the price is going up. Yeah, so I'll probably be selling the milk off camera and all that kind of stuff. But money is not that big of a thing for us anymore because we're definitely making more than enough of it. Are we full on water? Probably are. Food-wise, we're doing good. Oh, I need, probably should grab the Ford, and while waiting for that to finish, put the bale spike on, bring some bedding over, because it looks like they're kind of short on bedding. Yep, no bales out here. I need to clean this out as well. And I need to fill up the feeders. And then maybe by the time I get that done, maybe the Deutz fire will be done down there. Plowing and getting soil sense done. And then I can grab it and come up, windrow everything, bale it, and the Vultra, and like I said, the JCB will be busy tending to the field. So hopefully when we come back, let's see, we got, you probably will remember, I won't. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm going to write down this number, but then again, time I come back and do next episode, I'll forget how many bales were actually in here. I'll be like, what's that number for? I don't know. It's a number on a pad. What's it mean? Don't know. But hopefully we'll have a lot of hay bales there. Straw bales, you can see we got 8.2 million liters of straw for another year. They should be good. They should be good to go. And just to refresh your memory and mine, it looks like we've gotten a couple of, we just got another one as we're looking at, 732 cattle now on the first day of fall. And so far, no deaths. But I'm going to keep bringing that up because I think we're getting close to maybe when the cows start hitting 10 years old, they may. Luckily, a lot of the cows we're getting are young now. The first, what, 20 we bought were 2 years old. Because the cows are how old when you buy them? Where do we go? Where's the trigger point to buy cows? I turned off the markers on the ground to make it more realistic. And I don't, where do you buy the cows here? Hang on a second. Is it here? How about in here? I'm just spamming the arrow key because that's the key that should trigger for cows. Where do you? Oh wait, is it here? Yes, it is here. Okay. Yes, we bought Holstein, and no, we didn't buy Holsteins. Ayrshire. Yeah, we bought Ayrshire cows, and Holsteins. Yeah, what am I talking about? So they're almost 2 years old when you buy them. So the first 20 or 40 cows we bought were 2 years old, and then everything else after that should be newborns, or do we buy a couple more? I think we may have bought, I remember the total of 60. I think we bought a total of 60 cows. I think 60 of these cows we have bought, and the rest have been produced by these lovely ladies out here. These lovely ladies, anyways. Yeah, I need to wrap up this episode and go take a break because I got some more work to do here. But like I said, next episode should be the first day of spring. We'll recap of what we did over the winter, but you pretty much already know what I'm doing. So the money should be up. I'm not going to buy any fields. I'm not going to buy any equipment. At least I don't think so. But work will be done. Not much work, but work that needs to be done, taking care of the cows and whatnot. And yes, we'll see. I'm not going to bother showing the cows because it'll be like the first day of spring. So we'll know if we hit 800 cows, but looks like it should not be a problem. With half a season to go, I need 70 cows. Shouldn't be a problem. But anyways, shut up, Peanut, and end it. That's going to do it for today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching. As always, I'll catch you again right here in Griffin, Indiana. But until then, have a good one.